Appreciation to my boyfriend here because I don't really always search up my own information. I always like leave it for him to do everything. And so we realized that, at Woodbine Racetrack, there's this mass vaccination site for almost all the hotspots in Toronto, including my postal code, which is M1S, and his M1W. So we get to do it possibly together, and I just got my number, and I am 1988. Well, I haven't gotten my vaccine yet, but it's you line up for a queue. We drive half an hour, and oh, look at this! It's a racetrack. But this place is mostly only for drivers. Because for me, it's like the middle of nowhere. I only been out here once for this glow in the dark event. Do you remember that, Leo?
Yeah, oh yeah,
We were here with Sandy.
Sandy. Yeah, she drove us here. It's very nice.
Yeah, we kind of missed the run, but then we went to this after party, and then we went clubbing. I can't see anything because my glass is foggy. Oh, look at this! This is so exciting!
This is amazing. It's not lengthy at all.
It's not too many people because we need to drive or carpool. Oh, I'm so happy. I was so excited for this, I forgot to get my gimbal, so it's going to be a bit shaky. But I'm so excited. Look at these. So we can stay like 2 meters apart. But I'm so excited for this. I thought I had to do mine at May 17 when it's like open to the public for 30 and up in Toronto or Ontario. But I can do it now, so very happy. I guess I should thank Leo more because this was it was so random. I just saw it today. So how did you find this today, Leo?
My coworkers let me know. When I messaged one of my coworkers, I asked them if they were getting vaccinated, and they let me know about this. They asked me about postal code, and they let me know about this.
Yeah, and there's actually this post on Instagram, which you can see here, and I was so excited because when he said this, I was kind of in disbelief. But I'm so happy because I got my health card renewed. So.
Yeah, and we got our numbers. I think so. It's just like
what's your number?
2036.
2036. Oh, mine's more Asian.
Oh, 1988. You got a lucky number.
Yeah. So 1988 is actually my sister's birthday. Birth year, sorry. 1988 is my sister's birth year. I saw that number. I was like, this reminds me of a person that I'm close to. Who could it be? It's none other than my own sister. Her birth year is. I just aged her. Oh well. So are you excited, Leo?
Yes. It's fast. Better get it done, and then we don't have to worry about this.
You were planning to go to work late tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to.
No, I don't need to at all.
I don't think this line will take over an hour.
No, it'll be complete.
So exciting.
So, it's a really effective vaccine. About 2 to 3 weeks after you get it, after you get your first dose, you're going to have about 80 to 85% protection from the virus. Okay? The most common side effect is just that your arm might be a bit sore for the next day or two. About 10% of people feel a little bit fluish the next day, like tired, achy, headachy, that type of thing. Okay? But you can always take some Tylenol just if you need to feel better. I'm going to ask you a few questions now. I don't know if you want to record this because it's just about you.
Hi folks, we got here around 6:35. It's currently 7:45 when this second part is filmed. And if you don't know, you see, but right behind us is the queue line. But this clinic at Woodbine Racetrack, we only found out about it today, and it's not for everyone, right? Because it's the middle of nowhere, so you must drive. And now the queue is so long. Look how long the queue is. So long. When we got here, we just got our number, and that was it. It was no wait. But now the queue is quite long, so we always get quite lucky with queuing.
Yeah, we don't have to queue much.
We didn't queue much. We literally just got a number, and that was it. But now people are slowly queuing. So the lines go all the way there. And the thing is, I don't really understand because this clinic closes at 8 p.m. and it's currently like 7:45. So can they even fit these many people lining up? They might have to line up for nothing.
No, I think they would cut people off, right? If it's past 8.
Yeah.
Hello guys, it's me, Leo the Loyal Lion, and this is Colvin.
The cheeky panda! I pulled back, so I'm not like right at his ears.
Alright, that's very considerate of you. So, we are gonna talk about something that happened to us recently. We got vaccinated.
Together! Yay! At Woodbine Racetrack. So you can, we already have the during the effect part, and now this is the after effect. Because a lot of people are wondering, how did we feel after taking the vaccination? Which vaccine did we get? What was the process like? And, tips, how we feel, why did we do it, kind of thing, right? So we're going to do that with, the next few minutes.
Okay. So basically, it was a good experience overall. It was a quick wait, 5-10 minutes administration in terms of what's it called, like waiting in line plus them asking us the questions and then being guided to a vaccination table. My doctor pricked me while I was talking to the admin assistant. Again, I guess that's their tactic, so that you don't really have a chance to even like react. Basically, it felt like really a true pinprick. I was like, oh, it's done already. I was like, wow. And then they just guided us to a waiting area for 15 minutes, as with all vaccinations. Same thing as the one I did with my mom. She did it, and we had to wait 15 minutes, the waiting period, and yeah. That's basically that portion. I'll give it over to Colvin to see his experience on that.
Mine was more dramatic. I was bawling for 3 to 5 minutes prior to my vaccination, but the memories of my now late past great aunt, who was one of the first few thousand or a few hundred people who passed away sadly due to COVID-19 in early March 2020, but before really people knew reasons to not go out or be safe or you wear a mask. She was one of those early victims of COVID. I was just really emotional. And most people that know me, any reason, sad, happy, whatever, I'll just cry. So I was just overwhelmed by joy that I finally got vaccinated. It's amazing because it was done on the 5th, and I was planning to do it after 17th, where it was publicly for everyone over 30. But then, it was really good because I personally wasn't vaccination shopping, but it just happened to be the one that he prefers more of, which is C.
So we got Pfizer vaccine. Yay. So I would prefer either Pfizer or Moderna for
which
the
were both
options.
Available at Woodbine Racetrack. But, it was really good. They have instructions manuals or what to do after and what kind of vaccines to do for you. So we had this sheet. It was really good. However, after I got vaccinated, my experience compared to hundreds or even 1,000 people were a bit more serious. Just FYI for myself, because I like to be transparent and truthful. So what happened was the first 5 minutes, I almost couldn't feel my heartbeat. It was just I was like, oh, I couldn't feel anything. And then right after I started feeling a heartbeat, I was like, oh my god, there's so much heaviness. So I was immediately I called my mom. I was like, oh, my mom, I can't, I have so much heaviness. Is this normal? And then she's like, did you eat or drink before this? And I'm like, maybe you're hyperventilating because you're overwhelmed. You usually get overwhelmed a lot, right? But she was like, you're only 30, so you shouldn't really be infected that much. Maybe it's just a temporary thing. Take a deep breath. Ask the nurse or the doctor if there's water. There must be water, right? And you're in a safe place because there's medical professionals in the whole building. So, just wait it out. If they ask you to wait 15 minutes, do a little bit longer. So we stayed up, there for another 15 plus. So overall, I was there for 30, 35 minutes. I actually asked a doctor to kindly check my pulse because I was so heavy. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to faint or, something, right? So I just want to be safe. So gave me water. They checked in on me. But it's okay. We both got the follow-up code. And then they said that, a vaccination most likely will be 16 weeks from now, which is that's a really long time because it's estimated, by no later than around mid-September, early mid-September. Hopefully we have more vaccination by then because apparently what you say the ratio was for vaccines?
Okay, so the way Canada's doing it is that they're one of the few countries, if not the only one, that's doing a 16-week period for the second dose. The recommended actual dosage is supposed to get the second dose somewhere between 3 to 4 weeks after. Canada has chosen this, I believe, just because they want to get the first dose out to as many people as possible, which is a fair enough reason. So they will follow up with us closer to the date. I assume our documents did not have a printed date as when our next vaccination will be. That's how it works for the pop-up clinics. Anybody that I've talked to that has booked their vaccinations online for the provincial system has both appointments dates given to them on the spot. So it's a little bit different for the pop-up clinics, but we chose this because this way we can both do it at the same time versus if I was going by myself, I would have done it on Thursday morning, as there was a pop-up clinic at Brattle, where
Lamoureux.
Yeah, we're closer to where I live, basically, walking distance. So, but I wouldn't know like if I would get in or the uncertainty of how many doses would be available. So, I was given this information of this particular clinic. So I went to this on Wednesday night. So it's over and done with, and we got Pfizer, so we're happy. We got the vaccine.
The only really difference for him is that he did it after work. He doesn't have to skip 1 or 2 or 3 hours of work the next day, but it's really minimal because he was planning to do it a pop-up clinic the very next day anyways. For me, there was a bigger difference because the wait was at least 12 days. So, but, and he's amazing because, as I said, it's all the way in Etobicoke, like all the way at the West End, which means that I typically would not want to drive there. It's mostly like highway based, and it's not the most friendly for travelers or like commuters because it's in the middle of nowhere. It's just a giant building. But the facility was really nice, and the staff there was super friendly. We got so lucky. We went there, we got a number. And it was within 5-10 minutes, even from outside going inside, the whole blog from that beginning part is how long we waited. Amazing. And then they talked to me because I like talking to people, and I talked to my mom, but I was kind of worried, I was nervous. I was like, is this normal? Because I felt really heavy, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I one of those unlucky people that have adverse effect? And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna call my mom. I need to tell her because she's a herbalist and Chinese doctor, and she just told me, drink fluid and have some more magnesium in your blood, and then try to get ginger or lemon, right? So that's really good for you. So then right after I went to Coco, and then I got myself a Lemon King, which is what's in this photo. So now that we talk about the experience over there. How do we feel afterwards?
Okay, so my side effects are mild. The next day, it was I had the what's it called, soreness on my arm. At this point, it's minimal basically. For the first day, there was some soreness, and I tried to raise my arm the full way up like this, like that. Now it's you barely anything. So that's probably the best scenario I would think of in terms of side effects. Very minimal overall. For
me, I had numbness here as well. So because both of us uses our right arm dominantly, so we asked for them to prick us on the left arm. But yesterday, I could not even do more than this. Right now, I'm fine. But it's just on this shirt. It's kind of restrictive. So right now I can only do this because of the shirt. But yesterday I could not even do this. It was starting to hurt. But I can do this very fine. And this is just normal, right? My right arm is normal. Yes. Besides that initial 20-30 minute scare of that heaviness in my chest, everything is fine. Okay. But most people don't really have this heaviness. Most people like him, after 15 minutes you feel nothing. Maybe your temperature raises a bit. Maybe you feel light on and off, but so what I recommend to people is that you drink and have some snack prior to it, so you're not dehydrated or you're not going there on an empty stomach. Not too much, but enough, enough in your system, right? And the beautiful part is his coworker suggested this place to him, and he in turn suggested to me. Right after work, we went there, and we have minimal line, and the next day, yesterday, on the Thursday, May 6th, I went back to work, and my manager was like, "Is there anyone who's booking like vaccination or is going to get vaccinated?" And I was like, "I got vaccinated last night," and I had no idea. People, you know, right? And then people are like, "What? This guy? He looks like only like early mid-20, like." And everyone in my office is like mid-30 and higher. Some of them are like 50 or like soon to retire. Like, I think one person's like late 50, like a few of them, like maybe one or two. And they're like, they haven't even gotten vaccinated yet. And I was like, oh, I got vaccinated yesterday, and my entire family and his are vaccinated. Like, except his father by now. But most of my moms have been vaccinated. The person I thought got vaccinated first is not, because again she is like vaccine shopping. Why someone close to me have to be vaccine shopping? But you know, I digress. It's her own body, but I just have to put it out there. I was kind of like sad and disappointed, but at least by the time I find out and I got to, you know, celebrate Mother's Day with her, I celebrate my Mother's Day with each of my work moms. And then now this weekend I'm gonna celebrate with my biological mom, with Dim Sum, and then with his mom we're doing suckling pig and some Chinese cooking that she will do. So she is going to cook half the meat, half the dinner, and then I'm bring and add more food, basically, which is cool, right? So I was hoping for like a Western thing, but it's fine. So now everyone's more or less vaccinated, so I'm really celebrating it. But you know, the point of this is when I told my workplace, I went on like a tangent. When I told my workplace that I got vaccinated, people were like 3 to 5 people messaged me privately. Were like, "Where did you get it? How did you get it? Like, how old are you again?" They were asking me like how old. Literally, it's like, I'm not to be rude, but you look so young and you sound really young. How old are you again? Because like they're older than me and they're like they've been waiting for like 5 vaccines, but a lot of people don't want the AstraZeneca ones. If they're if they're like 40 to 50, which is predominant most of my coworkers, they don't really want the AstraZeneca one. Even though it's like 40 plus, they think that few years is arbitrary. So I'm like, they're not 60 plus, right? So if they were 60 plus, then I think they're fine with it. But they want to be safe. So they were like, "Oh my god, you got Pfizer?" So then I got a new 2 of my coworkers. They got off work an hour early, beat traffic and rush hour, and went there and got vaccinated within like 30 minutes off of work. So they were supposed to get off work at 5, but I got at the clinic at 5:15 because they left an hour early. They took some snacks like I suggested, and then, you know, but before even 6, they were all vaccinated and at home already. And then the person called me and was like crying. There's like there's more than one person. One person was just very thankful and, you know, was telling like his girlfriend and other people that it's like he got vaccinated and it's a good thing. You know, some people are so skeptical, right? They're like, you know, let me know how you feel like later, like you know, maybe you don't feel all the effects right now. Tell me how you are later, right? So we're basically like vaccination test subjects for some people. You know, we will hear your story first before we take our shot for, you know. That's why I'm vlogging, because I just openly told everyone that I got this vaccine at Woodbine Racetrack. I posted all of the postal code that is, you know, for May 5th to May 7th, as long as there is supply lasting. And multiple people, you know, took pictures or called me to let them know that, and they thanked me. They've been waiting this for a while, and because of my, you know, my news, they got vaccinated within a day or 2. And otherwise, they would have waited for another week or 2, and then they don't even know when the booking is, right? Because they tried to book it, they got rejected, or they tried it, and then they had to be postponed. So that happened. So I'm really glad that even though I don't have the biggest network or like a lot of publicity, the people that are close to me that want to hear what I have to say are positively influenced. So I'm happy with that. That's all I can really do. And, you know, even if I can help just one more person, that is already a huge difference, right? Because his coworker thought of him when they were talking. He, you know, helped him a day early, and then in return, my lovely boyfriend helped me, and I returned because I have a bigger social network, bigger mouth. Bigger mouth. I helped another 5-10 people. You know, so I'm happy. Okay, but I do understand why some people might do vaccine shopping. I don't highly recommend that, because I want you to. The sooner you get vaccinated, the better for yourself and other people, because. Yeah. It takes 2 to 3 weeks for you to fully get that 70 to 80% of shielding, right? Like even though you got vaccinated, you still have to, get your body to adapt to it, adjust to it, read the manual of the vaccine, and then your body will adjust and create your own code to fight against, similar things. So even though there are like the, like UK or Indian or Brazil or like other French variants, whatever variant it is, you are partially, they all have the crown, which is why it's called coronavirus. They have the crown, so you still get
at least some protection,
right?
Right.
And the sooner everyone get at least one dose, the sooner we are able to have a, new normal. I think that, yes, it's your body, and you should be you're allowed to be skeptical, you're allowed to be, critical of what you put in your own body. That of course, right? Canadians have a ruling where the Supreme Court judge ruled that they have the right to their own body. You can't force people to take vaccination, right? That was ruled a month ago. Like, they did that. So, yeah, so I'm not telling you to have to. But the sooner you do, I will greatly appreciate you, greatly thank you. And hundreds, thousands of people that you might not know will be positively be impacted by your, selflessness.
Yeah.
Selflessness.
One thing I want to mention is that the vaccine shopping, I do see where some people are coming from. Yes, the government has decided that it's they are kind of like forcing, I believe, AstraZeneca if it's 40 plus, right? So people in that age bracket may want options. So it is their right to choose a different vaccine if they want to and reject AstraZeneca from the get-go, but it does mean they put themselves and other people at risk. So there's costs and pros and cons to both. It is what it is in terms of like they do get to choose. People are allowed to choose what they want to put in their own body, right? If they're skeptical of the efficacy of AstraZeneca versus Pfizer or Moderna vaccines and Johnson & Johnson, once you get that approved in Canada, then that was their choice. I myself would probably not have taken AstraZeneca. My mom did, but she is well beyond 60 plus.
Yeah.
So the likelihood of those blood clots in women, blood clots in women in the 30s range, we're not that demographic, but still I was kind of skeptical. I was like, okay, when the moment that Moderna and Pfizer is available, I'll go for it. So, and I did find it really quickly in the end, and I'm a pretty lucky guy in general. So, yeah, I got the vaccine well in advance of when I thought, well, a day in advance.
A day in advance. Wow. But I'm very happy I've had good news. Next Thursday, my Italian work mom is going to get vaccinated. And then the next Thursday, May 20th, my godbrother, my favorite, most loved person in the world, will get vaccinated. He got an appointment. I'm so happy. And then I am going to go have an outing with him. Hopefully by, the weekend of the 22nd or 23rd, the paddle season will be up. Or something, we can go to, even if it's not, I will go to a park and I will enjoy lunch with him. And I really love and miss him. But when we are both vaccinated, at least one dose, we can proudly have at least an outdoor lunch.
I would say, yeah, even with one dose, I believe efficacy is above 50%, up to 80. So it takes, the second dose is what brings you up to like 95, 98 in that range, right? So once you get above, I believe, 70% for like the whole population, then there's a reasonable defense shield against COVID-19. At that point, it's hard for the virus to transmit and infect people. So we have to work to get to that level, right? So yeah, everybody doing their part helps. So yeah, the sooner you can get vaccinated, the better.
Yes, okay, so that ends our vlog today. And if you cannot tell, we are matching. Ta-da! Yay! We got this from, one day we went to Oshawa, we went to the shopping mall, and then we decided, oh, these kind of like blue flower shirts look so nice, right? So, yeah, we technically match. He doesn't we have a lot of panda hats or panda gear, because I like cute things, but he doesn't really do cute things as much as I do. Maybe one day, we can get more of like lion gear. I know that like people have been asking, because we have like 3 like straw hats or pandas. But we don't, and then now I even have this. Like, this is my mom. It's not even mine, it's my mom's. But, like, everyone knows by now in my family everywhere that the person that loves panda the most is me. So if I see panda and it's my house, I'm gonna use it like sooner or later. But anyways, a la prochaine. Okay, this is. Wait 1 second. We need some line, right? I think some people need a line. Please do something.
All right, so
3, 2,
hello.
1. Hello and bye bye.
Hi and bye.
Hi and bye.
Mwah. See you guys. Bye bye.